Hello and welcome back to World of Warcraft and the Legion Alpha. My name's Lumin, and right now, this is going to be a little different than the episodes that came before it. As you can see, the footage has been sped up, and I'm not actually playing right now. I'm watching myself play, and I'm going to do the commentary on this post because I didn't realize while recording this that a section of the audio just stopped. I don't know, it just stopped working. Usually I have my eye on my audio recording over there and I can see when it's actually working or not, but I was really into this. For some reason I was really into this and I was enjoying playing Demon Hunter and questing my way through Highmountain, so I didn't realize. And the audio on this was lost. The face cam is still there. Doesn't help me very much, so you can see my face and you can see my lips moving, but you won't hear the sound. It's unavoidable sometimes, and because of the way MMOs work, I can unfortunately not rewind and redo this section. I can't load my game or whatever. So for this specific video, you're going to see me doing the Screeching Crag here. The bonus objective, I'm about to slay Hexweaver Akara. That's like the highlight of this zone. Not super interesting. Then I'm moving on to the Nesingwary quests, which are pretty fun. And after that, I think it's Mucksnout Den. And then in the video after this, it's back to normal. So it's a little weird. I hope you guys are okay with it. I'm gonna take this time, this like half an hour or whatever, to talk a little bit about what I did in this video, and then also just the alpha in general and Demon Hunter in general. So it's gonna be a little bit of a recap video, and now I also know a lot more than I knew while I was playing here because the alpha is back. It's January already, and I've played the other spec of Demon Hunter. There's Vengeance and there's Havoc. Havoc being the DPS one, Vengeance being the tanking one, and I can sort of compare them to each other and stuff. I think it'll be a good thing if we take this like as a mid-season break, a mid-Highmountain season break, because there are still more Highmountain videos coming, and after that I'm gonna jump into the tanking Demon Hunter spec, and then probably move on to one of the other zones. I'm thinking Val Shara because it's the new one, and then I'll just continue with that as I go through there, recording more videos, and so on and so forth. I also want to do dungeons, because the max level is now 106, and there are 3 dungeons to do. I'm trying to remember what they are. I think it's Blackrock Hold, Halls of Valor, and Dark Heart Thicket. I'm a little saddened by the fact that the dungeon in Highmountain is not in the game yet, because the conclusion of this zone is truly epic. Like, the whole zone itself, I feel like its strength lies in the story being told in it. The story of the Highmountain Tauren and their allegiances, their enemies in the zone, their history, all of that comes together quite nicely in the end. And then some of the funny or familiar faces that we know from the previous expansions that also show up. It's really, really cool. And I suggest you guys check out the videos that are coming up after this, because I think things just get better and better and better going forward. Now, I don't want to smack talk what I'm doing here, because it's pretty cool. I felt like some of this was sort of fillerish. You know, they just put stuff in here to have stuff in here. And I mean, I guess I say that while still having a look around, finding treasures here and there, which there might be more of when the game releases, little caves, interesting things like this. Like they have someone called Mara Swiftmane cornered here, a bunch of hunters, and they obviously don't realize that it's a druid and not actually a beast. Or maybe they do. You know, maybe they do. And they just want to kill Mara Swiftmane anyway. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But there are interesting little things like this. And at this point in my playthrough of the zone, things actually started getting pretty difficult. I'm not the most amazing Demon Hunter player. I definitely wasn't that great when I was playing here. And I kind of die a couple of times and struggle a little bit going forward. But I did okay. I still think that the zone ramped up the difficulty a little bit, specifically in these areas here. I did, however, solo a couple of group quests, because this works the same as all other Nesingwary camps or quest lines work, where you'll see now, you kind of pick up one quest, you kill a bunch of beasts, okay? Kill a bunch of beasts, you kill a bunch more slightly stronger beasts, then you kill the matriarchs or patriarchs of those beast families. I guess that's the best way of explaining it. You kill increasingly difficult enemies, and it's fun. You know, it's Nesingwary. You've come to expect that this is how it's going to be, because, well, he's in every single expansion. So the first thing you do here is you actually go out and you confront the amateur hunters, and then you get yourself a little apprentice. And you got to teach this little apprentice how to hunt properly. And this was actually something new that I saw. It's something I hadn't seen before. You'll see how it works in just a second. And I kind of like it, and I think that there's potential for them to use the same system in the future as well. Here I was just getting a little bit confused as to where I was going to get the rocky hills of Highmountain. One of Nesingwary's great pieces of fiction, no doubt, because he thinks very highly of himself. I already got it now. Apparently the goats ate the notes that he had written, or the book that he had written, or whatever it was that he wrote. So you confront the hunters here, and then you get your apprentice, and the experience system, or the leveling system of the apprentice, to me looked kind of cool. I thought to myself that, and this is something I spoke about while I was playing here, that this is definitely something they could potentially use at some point in the future. I don't know, maybe with the followers and stuff in the game, because they said, by they I mean Blizzard, they said that they're gonna kind of change how followers work, because followers in Draenor, they were just like a little addition that didn't really mean that much. Like when you brought a follower with you out into the open world, sure, it helped you a little bit, it cost a spell every now and then, it did some stuff, okay, but it wasn't really a companion for your character. So maybe if they do it in this way, it could be more like that. You see, here's my companion now, okay, this is this little, I don't know, aspiring hunter, I guess, following me around, wanting to learn from me, hungry for more, and you'll see I just learned Nether Walk. This is one of the abilities I was super keen for. Kinda underwhelmed me, again, that's something I said when I was playing here, because, you know, your character becomes immune and all that, but it doesn't look all that special. I thought that the animation and stuff would be cooler. Maybe it's still gonna be cooler, I don't know, but it is something that will be useful, kinda like save you from stuff every now and then. I don't know. I do think that by using that and losing Blur, you, I don't know, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot in some ways, because Blur is really, really good. But as I'm killing these things now, you'll see the little experience bar on my apprentice hunter increasing, and they kind of changed the Nesingwary quests in that way that you've got the hunter following you now. You gotta give her experience, and the experience comes by just doing things, you know, killing stuff. And well, this kind of thing happens pretty often. Being disconnected from the server. Oh my god. And so you're giving this little apprentice hunter experience, and she's leveling up, and I'm not sure if she actually improves her kit as she levels, but it's kind of cool that you can do that. I like the fact that they spiced things up at least a little bit. They didn't make it just the standard old straightforward Nesingwary quest that they had before. I fortunately got back in immediately, but the quests themselves, they are a little dull. Now, while we're doing this, and there's a lot of this, okay, there's a lot of killing of random beasts and stuff. There, I zoomed in on the bar, you can see how it looks. While I'm doing this, I'll talk a little bit about the playstyle of this specific Demon Hunter spec that I'm playing right now, the DPS spec and the tanking one. I kind of preferred the DPS spec from what I've played. Like the little bit that I've played of the tanking one and the DPS one, it feels like it has a bit more of a flow. I don't know if I was doing something wrong with the tanking one, which you guys will see soon enough. Like, I'll have a video up where I play the tanking one, and some parts of it I really do prefer, but other parts of it I think don't work that well. The main issue I had with the tanking version of it was too difficult to generate pain. Pain being your fury, in essence, the resource that you've got. Now, I don't know if it's easier when you're being hit by stuff. I don't know if it's quicker to generate pain then. It's called pain, for God's sake. Like, obviously you're gonna get some pain if you're being hit by stuff, right? I should think so. I should quite honestly think so. So I haven't, like, tanked a dungeon or done an entire zone like I did with the DPS spec. So I can't really say, okay? But I can tell that it is slightly more like spiky in the way that it plays. I don't know if that's a good way of explaining it, but it's not as smooth, it doesn't flow as well, there isn't a natural feeling rotation to the tank inspect just yet. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Okay, and there the girl just leveled up, and she's back. Now she says let's keep hunting, she's got a slightly bigger bar, I think there's 1 block extra, gotta level her again. Okay, it's cool. We're gonna do that. I think I'm actually gonna take on an elite soon as well, which I kind of struggled on. It's like they're 3-man quests, and you kind of have to do them solo. I had one dude helping me here, and I just didn't do it. You'll see in a minute. But you kind of have to do them solo because there's not a lot of other people playing here, or there weren't a lot while I was playing. I'll get back to the tanking talk right now. I just want to talk about this quickly for a second. I didn't know that this was the quest. Okay. It's like, I should have expected it because I'm killing tigers right now, or these mountain lions. Obviously, I'm gonna be killing the boss lion at some point, but I couldn't resist. Okay, I wanted to try it right away, so I tried it. I kind of sucked at it, and I didn't do all that well. It's embarrassing, so while you guys watch that, I'll get back to talking about the tanking. For some reason, there was only 1 resource generating ability, 1 pain generating ability, and it felt a little weird to use it in that way, and that 1 pain generating ability only had, like, you could only use it every 9 seconds. Had a cooldown on it of 9 seconds or 10 seconds or something, and that kind of didn't feel like enough. So you've got a bunch of spenders, or a couple of spenders, and then only 1 generator, and that just, to me, didn't work. It's okay with this. You have 1 generator here, it's cool. You know, I'm spamming it. I'm pressing E. I'm attacking constantly, generating that fury. It's cool, it works. But when you can only use it every 9 seconds, it's a little weird. I thought to myself, maybe it's on purpose. I also thought to myself, maybe, you know, it's alpha, and they're still working on it. That's that's the most likely thing. You can see, is that other player helping me now? I'm not certain if the other player was here yet. Oh yeah. See. Nice timing. Okay. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Arrives just as I die. And I did an interesting thing by kiting the big mob around and killing the smaller mobs in the area with the big mob. I did that, and it was kind of effective. But now, obviously, we kill it easily. I use Metamorphosis. We've got 2 of us here. No problem. But obviously, I don't have a quest yet. So I was actually wasting my time. There are a lot of gnome hunters in the alpha, by the way. A lot of gnome hunters. I don't know why people have the fascination. I guess there are just a lot of hunter players in general. Anyway, back to the tanking talk. So, for some reason, that's the way it works right now, and it just doesn't feel great. I will show it off to you guys. I've said that multiple times now, but I will, and you can sort of discuss it with me, see how you feel about it after seeing it in action, and maybe we can come to a conclusion between us about why it's the way it is, why it works the way it is, why it's set up the way it is. Maybe I'm missing something, maybe there's an ability I'm not using, I don't know. But I will say this, it feels damn cool playing as a Demon Hunter tank. You have leap instead of dash, and the leap just looks so sick. I can't wait to show it to you guys. The leap has 2 charges, much like the dash has right now. I was actually beckoning that guy over, Mr. Connery, and he's like, nope, none of that. But if I'm not mistaken, this bear was much easier than the tiger down there. I destroyed it. So the leap is much cooler looking. Your character does this cool little flip, and it's got a really long range, and it's targeted, so you don't just dash in a specific direction. And then your character does the flip, and when it lands, you metamorph for like a second. It does that cool metamorphosis effect where your demon form appears, and then it vanishes. It like poofs into fell flames and smoke and stuff. It looks really nice. Big fan of the leap. And then you also have these sigils that you use, which I kind of like the look of. It looks like Demon Hunters are going to be able to do everything when they tank, because the one sigil silences AoE. So you put it down, it has this cool little visual that appears on the ground, then it gets bigger, then it explodes, silences everyone. Then you got one that works like Gorfine's Grasp from Death Knights, that you put it down, and then it expands, and then sucks everyone in. Super cool. Then you got another one, same thing, that stuns and does damage, or at least more damage than the others. They have varying cooldowns. The one is slightly lower. I think they go from like 20 seconds to 60 seconds. That's kind of how it works, if I'm not mistaken. And then the other stuff that I saw on there was just like a couple of defensive cooldowns that all need pain. Okay, that's the one thing that I realized, like all the stuff that you use needs pain, and that made it a little awkward for me. And then the talents and stuff, lots and lots and lots of passives. I don't know. I don't know why there are so many. So now we're flying back quickly, because who wants to run all the way down there through everything? And we obviously marveled at the views, saying how beautiful everything is, because it is. This game is looking so good for its age. I spoke recently about how the engine was holding up in my Q&A, and how I think that at some point they're going to have to do something about it. You know, make a major change to the engine. But right now, I'm actually kind of impressed. I don't know about you guys, but I think it looks good. Look at that. I'm not lion. Russia's right eye. Just killed that tiger twice. It's not a tiger. It's not a lion. It's... well, it is what it is. It's like a panther. I don't even know what it is. Maybe it's a black lion. It's very weird. But killed it twice. Now I get the quest. Great, right? Great. Now I got 3 of them. Okay, it's scouted out. Moose on the loose, and I'm not lion. And I had to do this one solo now, which was, well, it was a pain. It was difficult. And it's made worse by the fact that I'm terrible at this game. I did this, though. Like, when I was running there, I was like, okay, gotta check, gotta make sure I know where all the mobs are so that I can come out, pull them in, kill them, loot their souls, heal myself up. The Demon Hunter class, it has a lot of... I can't say survivability, it's not really the word that I should be using, but it's got a lot of longevity when you fight. Like, you can keep a fight going forever if you can get smaller mobs to kill and you can loot their souls. The tank demon hunters, they actually have a few different abilities that you can use that spawn souls for you while you're fighting. So you can have them spawn and you can actually do it without killing stuff. Because obviously, like when you tank in a raid or a dungeon or something like that, the mobs and stuff won't be dying constantly. Like me. They won't be dying constantly, and you won't always have this constant supply of souls. So when you creep in or quest in or whatever, you get the stuff there, you know, you kill a dude, get a soul, kill a dude, get a soul, it's fine. But in a raid, you're not going to kill a boss, get a soul, kill a boss, get a soul. That's not going to happen. No, it's not. So unless they make it that the souls spawn as you do a certain amount of damage or whatever, that could be cool, I guess. But there are abilities and stuff that spawn souls when you use them or whatever, and it's like talents and stuff that help you out that as well. And that makes it all much better and much easier. So I think it'll work out for them in the long run. Like, there's still a lot that's going to be changing. I honestly think it... Here's where I was like, okay, Netherwalk's not working. It's losing blur for me. Can't use blur and keep attacking and all that. So, stuck in combat, same old, trying to get out of combat. And then, you know, I'm going to switch over to soul rending because, well, it's imbalanced. Metamorphosis is already so good. Oh, right, I took Desperate Instincts. I'm not sure what that actually does. But Metamorphosis is already so good. Giving yourself 100% leech. That's... wow. But now I've got Blur. And now with the help of Blur, I actually finally kill this dude. And as you can see, I suppose these videos would not have been all that to watch if they were at normal speed. And I was just playing properly through this section. Could have been a little bit dull. I'm the one who's recording the commentary and stuff on this. I'm recording the gameplay. I'm the one sitting here playing, and I'm saying to you that would have been a little bit dull seeing me die constantly. I mean, it might have been fun seeing me shout about dying, because that definitely happened. But it was kind of fun to me pushing the limits of the Demon Hunter class a little bit. I enjoy that. He's soloing a 3-man NPC here. Quite tough. And it's like a level 104 as well, which is basically the same level as me. It's a big deal. And here you can just see the power of Demon Hunter and Metamorphosis in action. I'm not sure yet, because I was talking about this a lot while I was playing, if Metamorphosis was bugged. if it was meant to attack as fast as it was attacking while I was playing here. I have to still jump back in and test it for myself to see if it's actually broken like I think it is. Because while I was playing here, you guys saw it attacks at an alarming rate. Nothing in this game should attack that fast, ever. Unless it's for like maybe 10 seconds in a row. But not for an entire metamorphosis period. That's just a little weird, okay? It's a little much. So, I wasn't sure. I will have a look next time I jump in, see if it's actually fixed or changed or anything like that. Now, I'm doing the other one here called Irewing. The other boss. Looks really cool, that model. I'm not certain they'll make that into a mount, seeing that there are some spikes on its back. I don't know where you're going to sit, but it's kind of the same model as the Warlords of Draenor Collector's Edition mount. That Dread Raven, I think it's called. I think it's called the Dread Raven. That doesn't have spikes on its back, though. It's got like a little mount and everything, a little saddle and everything you can sit on. But sort of the same model, so it's possible that they'll add that. There are a lot of cool mounts coming in Legion. A lot of nice ones. Obviously, there are going to be more moose mounts. They already added the one moose mount in Draenor, and it's kind of cool. This guy, he beat me up. He beat me up good, and I think it's mainly because I, A, didn't have my cooldowns for him, and B, I didn't have the ability to kite him around into a bunch of other mobs. At the time, at least. At the time, there was just not enough around, and then I kept resetting him, I think. But well, it's the same thing as the others. I think I do kill him, I think I do finish this. I can't remember exactly, but I get it done. It was a little while ago, so it's a bit rusty for me. But I like the fact that you can just keep the fights and stuff going. Now, at this point, this is like pretty much the end of the Nesingwary stuff, and you guys can tell me what you think about it. I hooed the zone, not a single other person in here with me. I don't know why. I suppose I was playing at a weird time. You can see the clock says 8 AM. It was 8 AM US time, which is, I don't know, mid-afternoon for us here. But there was no one else. I saw Connery, the gnome hunter, and that was the beginning and the end of my friends in this zone. It's a little sad. I think when I do move on to Val'sharah, there'll be a lot more going on there. I think the alpha is already quite a lot bigger than it was, and with the new dungeons and the level cap raised and stuff like that, I think people will be slightly more keen, at least, to play. So I do expect there to be at least a slight influx of players, and maybe with the group quests and stuff we will have a little more luck finding people to help us out with them. I don't know, we'll see. But this guy, I finally killed him. It's just a lot of stringing everything together and making sure you like basically use the cooldowns at the exact right time. And I think a big deal here is the metamorphosis, as you can see, because the difference that you get from just using metamorphosis there, like the leech that you get from that, because I switched back to the leech on metamorphosis, the fact that you can stay on full health the whole time and take away so much of his health, just, it makes it so good. And you see I chained metamorphosis into blur. So metamorphosis, attack, 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 attack. I don't take any damage, obviously. Switch to blur once metamorphosis ends. Obviously then I also don't take any damage. I was a little afraid here of running too far away from the old moose, because again, it resets so quickly and easily. But yeah, handled it. Definitely handled it. I did realize that throughout Highmountain there was a lot of missed opportunity in terms of like treasure hiding and just the zone in general, all the extra fun stuff that they usually put in the zones. But I think that that's just, it's like the cherry on top of the Highmountain cake. I think that they still need to add a whole lot more stuff. Like, the zone itself, the bare bones of the zone, they're there. They are most definitely there. And it feels good. The story that I've played through thus far feels really good. But there are smaller things. Okay, there are smaller things that I think still just need to be addressed and added and changed and worked on for the game or the zone itself to be perfect. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I also kind of wanted a slightly more epic conclusion to the Nesingwary thing. It's just like, yeah, you killed these big mobs and then it's like, done. Have a vest. Here, have this vest. Okay. It's like, what? Oh, was it shoulder pad? Have these shoulder pads. Drog stitch shoulder pads. Has nothing to do with anything. It just, I don't know, felt kind of meh to me. Now, with that out of the way, we got the quests in this cave to do. Shiny but Deadly and the Soul Keeper's Fate. It's basically just collecting a bunch of stuff from the kobolds here. They're called Muck Snout. They look like kobolds, right? They're kobolds. They're definitely kobolds. I don't know if that's maybe not a final model, but they were tough. I think I died multiple times here. And yeah, you're basically just killing them. You're collecting the soul chambers from them, and you're finding out what happened to Soul Keeper Urla. I really, really liked the caves, the look and feel, the general atmosphere of these caves in Highmountain. I hope that the caves and stuff and the underground zones and the other zones are completely different, because it would be cool if this was unique to Highmountain. The place is called Highmountain, you know, the zone is called Highmountain, and these caves are deep caves. Really high mountain, really deep caves. Big fan. And I don't know how it works, but I don't know if you can jump down there, but I never got to do that. I should. I'm a demon hunter. I can just glide all the way down. I'd love to know if all those pathways and things that you see down in these caves are actually explorable. I don't know. Are they all linked? All the different caves in this zone? I don't know. It would be cool, right? It would be really, really cool. I do think that they did really well with it, because it's unlike anything I had seen before. Sure, these parts of the caves, they look normal. Nothing fancy or special or whatever about them, but once you head over those bridges and stuff, the high-hanging bridges, and you've got that deep pit there in front of you or whatever, it's different. Let me tell you, it's different. And it's large. Everything is just on a grander scale here. So you can see I kind of found the dude and he didn't make it. It's quite sad. She can't believe he's gone. I don't think I cared at the time, because I just wanted that last soul chamber so I could continue on my quest through the Muck Snout Den. That's what I'm here for. Here for the experience, here to kill stuff. Don't care if your boyfriend died. I'm sorry. But whatever. Okay, I know that sounds kind of harsh, but, well, that's World of Warcraft for you. Okay, now unfortunately I think this is where the video stops. Yes, it is. I made the mistake, like I said, of kind of messing up with my recording. I recorded for too long. I sat here for like 2 hours straight recording, and bad things happen if you record too long without checking if you have space for everything. So yeah, that didn't end well for me. Now, the cave itself was just about done. You saw a flash of an imp that I looked at the end there. That's basically what you do when you're done with a step that I was on there. You go, you kill 3 demons around the cave, and then you're finished. You hand them in at the lady, and then you're done. And then I went back to Nesingwary's camp, and that's where my next video starts off, which is the last one in the series. And it's pretty good. I gotta say, you guys are gonna see from the final videos and stuff. I have a look around the zone and I see what's up with it. But I honestly really enjoyed Highmountain a whole lot. But again, you'll see it in that video, so check back here soon for that. Give this one a like, share it, and do other stuff. I apologize for not getting the entirety of the zone, but I got like 95% of it in video. Okay, it's all actually there. So I heartily recommend going to Highmountain if you start playing in Legion. It's a cool zone. I can't wait to check the others out, so there you go. Happy that.